the previous videos, we talked about applying coating onto the strain gauge, which has already been installed onto the test specimen. We also mentioned that every single procedure here has the purpose and rationale, and we will need to do it carefully in order to fully protect the strain gauge. I also shared my experience, admitting that my mistake in applying the coating when I did my postgraduate study long ago. I thought applying coating is an easy task. I thought it is simply covering the strain gauge with the coating, not realize that there are so many precautions that you have to pay attention. Otherwise, there will be a risk of exposure to the moisture and other undesired substances from the environment. In these videos, we're going to proceed our discussions on how to use the W1 coating. You know that there are various types of coating material. Each have different function and purposes. W1 is one of the coating material popularly used to protect the strain gauge from the moisture. This kind of coating material will require heating so that it liquefies before you can apply onto the strain gauge. Let us look into the procedures. First, you need to prepare the materials. This includes the W1 coating, the crucible. The crucible is a ceramic or metal container in which this W1 coating shall be heated and melted so that it liquefies. Only then you can apply the coating onto the strain gauge. You need the heating apparatus, the brush, and also the masking tape. The suggested heating apparatus is a temperature regulated oil bath. Now, if you need to produce the coating in only a small amount, you may also prepare it by using a soldering iron. This depends on the amount that you need to do the coating. Next, you will need to prepare to apply the W1 coating. Place the solid W1 into the crucible. Completely melt the coating in the heating apparatus. The temperatures, it will be somewhere between 100 degrees Celsius to 120 degrees Celsius. Now the hot melted W1 liquefies and turn into a clear liquid. And then prepare the test specimen surface. Clean an area of the test specimen surface. Make it slightly larger than the area to be coated. Mark off the coating area with masking tape, and then heat the coating area with hot air from heat gun. This one is to remove the moisture from the coating area before you apply W1 coating. Next, you will be applying the W1 coating. Quickly apply a layer of W1 to the coating area using a brush. Paint the W1 coating onto the coating area. You are recommended to apply repeated layer of hot W1 rather than a single tip layer. And then repeat this step until the area requiring coating is covered and the layer is sufficiently thick that the lead wire are no longer visible. With that, your coating should have been completed. Now, if you are using the soldering iron to apply W1 coating, you may cut a slice of the W1 solid in a small quantity and then place the cut W1 over the surface to be coated. Touch this W1 coating with the tip of the heated soldering iron in order to melt the W1 coating. While doing this, you need to be extra careful not to touch the strain gauge directly with the soldering tip, as this could damage the strain gauge. These are some characteristics of W1 coating. You know that W1 coating is a heat melt type of the coating. It appears in the form of solid under the room temperature. It liquefies under high temperature. In order for you to have W1 coating laid onto the strain gauge, you will need to first heat the W1 coating. Make it liquefy so that you can work with it and pan onto the surface of the coated area. Remember, when you apply the coated area, make sure it covers all the adhesive as well as cover the lead wire. It should cover up to the point which the lead wire emerges, which in this case, the coating should cover beyond this point, where the lead wire emerges. You need to know that W1 coating loses its fluidity once it has cooled. This will affect the cohesion of the coating to the surface of your test specimen. If W1 was not heated sufficiently when it was applied, the W1 may simply sit on the surface of the strain gauge and does not act as a barrier to the moisture. Now, the key of successful applications of W1 is to brush the hot W1 quickly onto the heated target surface.